Dude, this is heartbreaking for me to write. How can I, a lifelong Mario fan, a fan who's had this fat plumber and his plucky patriots always be there since I could comprehend thoughts, be disappointed? It's Mario Movie 2! I liked Mario Movie 1! I literally just went to Universal Mario World! Well, that was sick actually though, you should go. But the hype isn't there! And it's all because of the fact that this isn't just the Mario Movie 2, it's the Super Mario Galaxy movie. It really feels like I'm alone on this regard because people are pumped for this movie. And that sucks. I want to be excited for this movie too. I don't want to be the person writing this. I want to be in the room where it happens. And there is stuff to be hyped about. So let's go over that first. I mean, the animation doesn't need explanation. It's as shiny and clean and wonderfully Mario as it's always been. I have to point out the space skybox definitely because oh wow, that is really gorgeous. God damn, I wish space was real. And the character interactions we saw are on point. Bowser specifically remained super funny and goofy. The right amount of evil sprinkled in. He drew himself hot, goddammit. How can you hate that? More Luigi is great too, no notes there. And even Mario got a chuckle with how petty he is at Bowser. Remember, this dude threw this fucker to a car. Like, I can see how there's bad blood between the two still. The voice isn't my favorite, but the straight man attitude really works for this iteration of Mario. In fact, everything in the first half of that trailer was good, and some of the story stuff is good in nature. Yeah, we don't need to start with not Mario stuff and explaining the world. We could just get right into the Mushroom Kingdom. That'll do wonders for the pacing. And even if I don't like Bowser Jr. nor his weird eyes, seriously Illumination, this guy needs eye drops. It, however, does make sense for Bowser Jr. to be the one to rescue Bowser. Don't ask where he was in the first movie. Bowser just forgot to pick him up at the daycare. I also like how the Prowler theme played when Bowser Jr. turned purple. Congratulations, Random Sound, you have become the theme of purple. Again, there are a lot of things working to the benefit of this movie, and with its plethora of fan service, it looks like more Mario. All my excitement, however, washes away when the Galaxy stuff comes in. I am going to be blunt. I did not care for Super Mario Galaxy. Legit, my thoughts on Galaxy are just the entire Family Guy clip. It is the game equivalent of a 2001 A Space Odyssey. The space theme is a coincidence, I don't know why, I like sci-fi. The production value is incredible, the music, animation, there's so much wonder behind it. So much to admire and be impressed by, and I can understand why it made such an impression on people. And then there's just one dumb thing that stops me from loving it. For A Space Odyssey, it was the abysmal pacing and lack of a story, and with Galaxy, it's Mario's physics. I just don't like the way Mario moves and jumps. And with a franchise where gameplay is king, that's a big issue. Megaleg is innocent enough in all this. I sure do love Megaleg. No! But of course, I can't sway my initial disappointment that this wasn't the infinitely better Super Mario Sunshine, the movie.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Since, again, I like Mario. I'm not that hard to please, I don't think. I watch Isekai. No, my main grip with this movie is that, why is this a Mario Galaxy movie? Not, does Mario Galaxy warrant a movie to itself? Are you kidding? I'd be dumb to act like the biggest spectacle in the series isn't movie-worthy. They have a whole goddamn orchestra. No, rather, why is the second Mario movie a Galaxy movie? Instead of easing into the idea of building up to Galaxy, this big significant leap in Mario history, the team and Illumination decided to go all in on the Galaxy hype. We're now foregoing much of the characters who came before for the sake of Rosalina, because this is a Galaxy movie, and so now it feels we need to wait even longer for mainstay characters who could have had interesting dynamics within the Mario cast, something you can actively take advantage of in a movie format compared to a game. Wario, a gross greedy rival for Mario who tries to steal his spotlight. Daisy, a tomboyish contrast to Peach, who would work even better because of how serious she is compared to her game's bubbly counterpart. And before you say it, because I've heard the rumors, no, I do not believe that Wario is gonna be in the movie just because the voice of the Megaleg guy is different. This is just Bowser Jr. using an audio adjuster so he can sound more intimidating like his dad. Otherwise, Rosalina would have called him cute, which he would hate. Walking it in. But I guess we're not getting them, we're getting Rosalina. And look, I know she has her fans, people like her lore, and she's tall and hot and a mommy of 1 billion kids, and her demeanor being a lot more stoic and cool-headed compared to the other girls is something I can imagine being appreciated in this wacky world of cartoon characters. But the problem arises when Peach already kinda serves that role now in the movies? I mean, she was the more collected one who is used to the weird rules of the Mushroom Kingdom and was a competent fighter? Like, they have Rosalina doing all the same stuff too from what I've seen. So the only way I can imagine Rosalina being interesting as a character and not just being Princess Peach, but blue, is honing in on that motherly aspect. Are they gonna commit into making Rosalina Peach's mom? Will that make Rosalina a MILF? How will that fare with interactions with other Mario characters? Again, I just don't find Rosalina that interesting. Please, tell me why. Is it the mystery aspect? Is it... I don't get it. She's just... Ugh. Of course, the thing that ticks me off is that the movie isn't even gonna commit to this idea. Since we're gonna introduce Bowser Jr. and Yoshi and who knows what else, we didn't get to see everything. Based on the trailer, Mario and Luigi are gonna do their own thing while Toad and Princess Peach are on their own mini-adventure. It's not the problem that they're introducing new characters, it's the fact that I'm afraid that this movie isn't gonna learn the lesson from the first. There was a reason for the pacing of the first movie. It was the Super Mario movie. It wasn't based on a singular game, but rather the entirety of a franchise, which... yeah, the movie did have problems, sure, but it wasn't condensing a singular story and cramming characters that never appeared in said particular story. But now, it's not even a franchise movie, it's a movie based on a singular set of games with their own identity and appeal. Bowser Jr. and Yoshi were well-established characters before Galaxy, and now you gotta cram them alongside a setting that already has a lot of material to use? Does that not sound a bit concerning? Some people like that they're taking stuff outside of just Galaxy, which is fair. I'm not acting like Galaxy is this big grand story that needs to be told one for one, because it doesn't. But again, how much is it going to be part of a coherent story, and how much of it is going to be for fan service and for set pieces? That's why even if Wario is confirmed in the movie, it wouldn't alleviate the issues. I'd fear that it'd make the movie bloated and make me wish we just had more time with them, like how we did for Luigi and Bowser in the first movie. Instead of dedicating the movie to a simpler idea to introduce these characters in a natural way, and again, build up to Galaxy. And even then, with how grand Super Mario Galaxy is, where do you go from here? It's not like the movies can be like the games and just de-escalate from the biggest thing in scope and grandeur to Super Mario 3D Land. And we go along with it because the story serves the gameplay. We don't care about stakes and whether we jump the shark. But here, are we expected to just shrug in Mario Movie 3 when we're back at the Mushroom Kingdom or in a different land? If they really have that moment where Bowser almost obliterates the universe, how are you gonna top that in any other movie? Again, why not build up to Galaxy and make this a big event that it deserves to be? Because even if I don't personally like Galaxy, I'm sad for the fans because it means so much to them. I've seen so much art and how many people praise these games, and I want this movie to be the best thing ever. I don't want to be the guy that says the Mario movie 2 is gonna be a train wreck, because this is just my assumption. I don't know what's gonna happen. I guess I just treat Mario a lot more seriously than the average fan because it meant a lot to me, and for others too. And sure, we have only gotten like 2 sneak peeks of the movie, so we can't really say for certain where it's gonna go. I just want to get my frustrations out there because I have been burned by the past by disappointment, and I feel like I want to get my thoughts out there. Maybe other people agree. I don't know. Thanks for listening though.